Alright guys, shout out to Chris. He is a member of my POD Accelerator coaching program. This is a mug that I sent him for achieving 50K in 1 month on his store. I send these mugs to people inside of the program for hitting specific sales milestones on their own stores, and by showing you this, I hope that it makes you understand two things. The first is that print on demand is still a viable business model in 2021. Yes, lots of people fail, however, lots of people do find success. So if you are struggling or if you are just doubting your potential, please don't. The second is that the things inside of this video and all of the videos here on my channel are the same things that I have taught privately for years. At this point, my students have made millions of dollars on their own stores. And today we're going to be taking a look at some great designs that have a chance to sell, and then we're going to be breaking down some designs that are likely not going to sell. And at the end of today's video, I'm going to show you guys a Shopify print-on-demand store that I found that is likely crushing it. We're going to take a look at their stores, their niches, their designs, and even some of the Facebook ads that they are running right now. We're also going to take a look at some stores during the video that are likely going to be closed down within the next couple of months. I make this post right here inside of the POD Ninjas group every single Tuesday, and people share their stores, and some of the stores that we're going to look at today were submitted inside of that post. So if I review your store or if I give any harsh feedback on what you have done, please don't take it personal. I am truly trying to help. So does that sound good? Not like you guys have a choice. I mean, you're either going to finish watching the video or you're going to leave. It's already made. Everything is already said and everything is already done. So me asking you if you think that sounds good doesn't really make any sense. Anyway, let's jump right into it right after this. Alright guys, what's up? Joe Robert here, like I said. So I am consistently trying to basically create the largest print-on-demand community online. My Facebook group has almost 30,000 store owners inside of it. My YouTube channel here has just over 27,000. And I make videos like this all of the time, and people still are doing exactly what I am recommending against. I'm truly trying to make videos and share some of the things that I have learned over the last 4 years of running my own print-on-demand stores, and also in teaching others to create their own profitable print-on-demand store. But anyways, here we go. In this video, like I said, if I review your store, please don't take it personal. Don't get soft on me. Let's make this money together. So here's our first 3 designs, and all of these designs were shared into the POD Ninjas group. And before I give you my opinion on them, I want to show some things that were said in the past here on my channel. Someone says you don't necessarily need to choose a niche. If you make a great looking clothing item, people will still buy it. And someone else says, I think my designs look good, and if your designs look good, it still has a chance to sell. Now, respectively, both of these things could not be more wrong. To understand this more, let's take a look at these products here. What do you think they have in common? They solve people's problems. Take this one right here. This is great for people who work at a desk and need a handy way to charge their phone. That is what's going to get somebody to buy it. They're going to see that it could be useful for them in their life, and then they're going to buy it. Or this one here, as weird as it is, it's for people who want an easy way to peel potatoes. They're going to see this product online, potentially in some sort of a Facebook ad. They're going to click it, and they're going to realize that they need that product in their life to help them with their potatoes. People buy these types of things in nearly every product online because it potentially solves a problem for them that they have in their lives. And with print on demand, our hoodies, our blankets, our mugs, or whatever print on demand product you are selling does not solve a problem for anybody. No matter how nice the design looks, if it doesn't represent a really passionate niche, it's not going to sell, because people buy print on demand products because they are emotionally connected. They're buying because of emotion. That is what you need to do in order to make sales. Like I said, with those gadgets, you need to find a product that solves somebody's problem, but with print on demand, you have to pick something that someone could have an emotional response to get them to actually buy. Here's some more on this store right here. Now, quick disclaimer, I don't know how this store is actually doing. It was shared inside of the POD Ninjas Facebook group, and I thought it would be a good example for what we were talking about inside of this video. So I guess there's a chance I could be dead wrong, but anyways, let's take a look. If we scroll through, you can see that they do not have any niches present here on this store. Putting a hot dog wrestling a sandwich on a shirt is not a niche. It's not going to instill an emotional response in somebody, and if you are using any sort of promotion with this product, it's likely not going to sell because nobody is going to have any need to buy it. They might click the like button, they might comment on it, they might tag their friends, but when it comes to actually giving you the money, they're probably not going to do it. Same thing here with this t-shirt. It says see beneath the surface. Not really sure the goal here or what they are going for, but again, this doesn't really represent a niche, and to get somebody to buy this, you're going to need to do more than that. Now, in a few seconds, we are going to take a look at some designs that I think could use a lot of work, but in the meantime, if you guys enjoy my content and you think I'm doing a good job, please drop a like on the video. Also consider subscribing to the channel. All of your support really does help my small channel to grow. Also, if you're just getting started with Shopify and print on demand and you want to access what I think is the world's best free print on demand course, check the link down in the description. I have a step-by-step training course. It's completely free and it's going to show you exactly how to get started with print on demand, step-by-step, to open your store, create social media profiles, and get started with Facebook ads. Also, make sure to check out the POD Ninjas Facebook group. We currently have about 30,000 print on demand store owners, and I would love for you to join our community. Now, the next thing that we're going to discuss is the quality of your print on demand design. Now, a quick rule of thumb here. Let's say that you are starting print on demand, and in your life you have never done anything creative. You've never painted before. You've never been interested in drawing or doing anything with graphic design at all. Basically, you have no creative background. The idea that you're going to just start creating print on demand designs that people are going to want to buy is probably quite slim. This is for two reasons. The first is that you likely don't know how to use a graphic design software, and then second, you don't understand how to create something artistic. I know that sounds like a really general statement there, but it's true. In my experience, people that don't have a background in design make some pretty fatal mistakes when it comes to creating their own designs. If that is you, your time would likely be much better spent learning how to market your products with Facebook ads, or optimizing your store, or growing social media pages, and then outsourcing the design work to a talented designer. So here is an example of a design that I think was likely put together by someone who doesn't have a lot of graphic design or creative experience. Now, if I zoom in on it, you can see that the person there, of course, that's a really nicely done illustration, but likely what happened with this is it's somebody who stumbled across that piece of artwork and they wanted to put it on their item, and you can tell that because of the box around the person, right? This does not look good on this hoodie because there is that perfectly square outline around the design. You can see the same thing here. If I zoom in on this, it's a perfect square on the t-shirt. This typically is going to look pretty amateurish to anybody who is browsing on your store. Here's another design right here. This one just says gaming is my Valentine. The text is really super basic. The buttons from the PlayStation controller, that's what the circle and the square is, if you don't know, also just don't look great. This is kind of a really basic design. It also seems like the text is sitting at a weird spot here on his chest. It looks like it should be up a little bit in my opinion. And now here is a design that truly takes the cake. And again, if you were the one that shared this into the POD Ninjas group, again, I'm only trying to help. But you can see this design here. I will zoom in on it. You can see that from a technical perspective, this design is really bad, to be honest. You can see down in the left corner of the design, they left some of the white on it. It looks like they cut this out from something else and then threw it onto a shirt. Again, if you are not a designer, if you don't have background in creating artistic things or painting or drawing or using graphic design software, you are likely going to struggle with design, and that's okay. It's very easy to hire print-on-demand designers. You can find them in Facebook groups, you can go on Fiverr or Upwork, or even Designed by Ninjas, which is my design agency. There are tons of ways to go find designers, and it does not cost as much as you may think to hire somebody to make you a print-on-demand design. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about with designs is more from a legal perspective. When you are creating print-on-demand designs, you need to make sure that you are not infringing on anybody's trademark. Let's look at this store right here. Does anybody recognize who that is? Yes, that is Mr. SpongeBob, right? You can't use that. That is a trademarked thing. If you are putting that on your shirt, you're going to be liable to be sued by Nickelodeon. Here's another example right here. These are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can't use that either. You cannot use anything from a show like that. You can't use anybody's brand name, anybody's logo, or even simple character names like these turtle names here on this shirt. You're going to have to come up with something on your own. You're going to have to actually create something from scratch and make sure that you are not infringing on anybody's intellectual property. Now, if you're still watching, I want to jump into the store that I found that I think is just probably doing phenomenal. The first thing that I want to show you here is if you look at their collection menu on the left-hand side, it is all niches, right? Exactly what I said in the beginning. You have to pick a niche. You have to pick something that people are going to identify with. You can see that everything listed here is actually a real niche and not just something abstract. The second thing is the designs. You can see as I scroll through that all of these designs are really nicely done. They are high quality, they look like they were professionally made, and like I said before, if you're not a designer and you're not able to create something like this, you're going to likely need to hire somebody to make you a design to put on your store. And these designs are not overly complicated. This is a really clever idea here for someone who is a teacher. These shoes look like a pencil and they can customize their name here on the back of it. Here is another example of a really clever design for a teacher. These shoes look like a notebook. You guys probably recognize this notebook from when you were back in school. It is a super clever design. If we go to this store's Facebook page, I just did a simple search on Facebook and I found the page. You can see that they have almost 200,000 people who like the page. This store is likely crushing it. They are also running some Facebook ads. We can scroll to those by going to the page transparency section and looking at the ads inside of the ads library. You can see they are promoting a whole bunch of different products. And what do you notice? They are all niche specific. You can see that there is a lot of beekeeper products here. If we continue to scroll down, maybe we'll get out of that. You can see some of the teacher ones here. They have masks as well. And like I said, they're picking a niche, right? They're starting with a niche and then making a great design. And if you don't do that, unfortunately, you are not going to succeed with print on demand. It's the truth, folks. I'm sorry to say it, and I hope I don't sound too harsh or anything like that. If you guys want some help, check the links down in the description. There's one down there that you can see some of my students' results. You can also see the link inside of that link to some of my premium training. If you guys want to work with me, you can check some of that stuff out. Over the last few years, my programs are responsible for millions of dollars in student sales, and I would love to work with you and help you with your print-on-demand store. So check that stuff out down in the description. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time.